Hello and welcome back. I'm Rithnika and you've reached Natural Vibrations. I wanted to be on camera today because I feel like that's the best way for me to connect with you guys and connect with your energies. I hope you guys have seen the last two videos I uploaded. If you haven't, definitely check it out. I uploaded the union energy was being healed for this full moon eclipse that's coming up tomorrow, as well as pick a card, which is direct advice for you for what you should work on after this full moon or during this full moon. I do apologize. I have suddenly got a cold, so I might be sneezing and sniffling throughout the video. So I'm really sorry about that. The weather is really strange here, and I always feel a bit low during the full moon. And this one is very, very strong. I don't know if you guys have felt the effects of it yet. Definitely a lot of sleepless nights. I've been waking up at weird hours. Just been feeling highs and lows. This is pretty normal for me during full moon, and I'm sure a lot of you feel it. So just hang in there. It will pass soon. What I've done this time is a more in-depth divine masculine reading, and I will do a divine feminine one as well, hopefully tomorrow. Um, the idea is to really understand where the divine masculine is, because this is a big portal tomorrow. These eclipses definitely change a lot of things in our life, and Mercury is also going retrograde, which sort of highlights the past. So a lot of things are happening. So let's just jump right in, okay? I picked a bunch of cards and I'm just going to go through them one at a time. What is the overall energy for the divine masculine? Spiritual career. The divine masculine at this moment is really focused on his spiritual side. Now, this doesn't mean that they have to become a healer or, a card reader or anything like that. It just means they're focusing on what fulfills them, what's their mission. It doesn't have to be something as simple as, oh, I'm going to I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm going to like start planting trees or whatever. It just means that you're going to, it's going to start focusing on what really makes him happy. At the end of the day, that's what our soul mission is. Not doing the 9 to 5 job all the time and wishing and hoping for something better. What we truly want is to do things that make us feel alive. So I feel the divine masculine is finally sort of really focused on, okay, look, I do this for a living, that's great. But does that truly make me happy? Maybe I can do something on the side. Maybe I can, do part-time, volunteer work, whatever it is. There is something that he wants to do, or he or she, depending on, who your divine masculine is. And that's what they're focusing on. This also talks about their connection to the divine. They're sort of paying more attention to what's going on. They're not being so focused with just the 3D world. They're sort of being more connected. They're sort of realizing that there are signs and there are things happening that don't really make sense. This connection with their divine doesn't really make sense, but it's there. So they're really now sort of paying attention to that, which is great. The other card we got was Truth and Integrity. Then now this goes back to the spiritual career card. It talks about them focusing on their truth. Like I said, for example, if it's with work or it's where they live or how they behave or who they're with, a lot of times, especially with the divine masculine, they've grown up in this patriarchal society where they're expected to be a certain way, where they're supposed to earn a certain amount of money to prove themselves to their parents or their family or society, and all of that. But maybe that's not what their inner truth is. They've been living a life which is according to society, what they're expected to do. But guess what? That's not their own truth. And they're sort of now realizing, I need to be truthful to who I am. This could also be with regards to their twin. They may be with a karmic partner, and because on paper the karmic partner makes sense, but there's this connection with the twin who probably is like in a different country, a different race, a different religion, and it just does not make sense, but that's their truth. So they're really looking into that. They're really sort of coming to terms with what is their truth. And we also got playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. They're also now sort of not being so bogged down in their head, or this could also be sort of advice, and they shouldn't overthink things, like sometimes when we know we're supposed to do something which is against or opposite to what we've been doing for so long, we are really stuck in our head and we keep thinking about it over and over and over again. And the universe is saying, just chill out. Chill the fuck out. This is what you have to do. This is deep down what you have to do. So relax. Be lighthearted about it. Don't be so serious. Don't be so focused about how am I going to make things work? How is this going to work out? You don't have to have all the answers right now. Just relax and things will work itself out. Now we discuss. Now I asked the universe, what is being challenged for the divine masculine? Effort. Now, the effort card doesn't make sense till you see the other two cards, which is spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. And release your ex. It's time to clear your energy. Okay. So if I put all three of them together, what this effort card is talking about is the divine masculine is being challenged by this connection they have with the divine feminine. It's like this said, this spiritual connection goes beyond a lifetime. They're coming to their own truth. They're coming to the realization that no matter what, they cannot get rid of this connection. And they're probably with a karmic or in a karmic situation or in a certain place which is far away from the divine feminine, and they just cannot make sense of this relationship. They cannot understand why they can't get rid of it. And one of the things they might have to do is they might have to get rid of the karmic situation. They might have to end it, which is talking about release your ex. This is where the effort is required, because this is where they're being challenged. They don't want to have to do that. Ending a relationship is not easy. They don't want to go through that. They don't want to make the effort, not because they don't want it. It's because it's hard and they don't know how to do it. They're being challenged. They don't know how to start, how to begin, how to make this move. This could also be, if they're not with a karmic situation, it could also be them releasing releasing the past energy associated with their twin. All the stuff that happened in the past, things that, they might think the twin did, and things that they believe they have done to the twin to hurt them. They need to make the effort to heal that. They need to make the effort to release that pain, release that anger, whatever it is they're holding on to. They need to clear that energy, and that's what's holding them back. So either it's a physical person and they need to make the effort to release and cut ties with the karmic, because there is this spiritual connection that they cannot define, or they need to clear the energy. They need to make the effort to clear the energy so that new, fresh energy can come in and, the new relationship can blossom. Now, the next thing I asked is, what can they do to overcome this challenge? So this challenge that they're facing, what can they do? We've got true love. This is a love. This love is once in a lifetime. What can they do to overcome? Is to acknowledge that the relationship, the connection they have with their twin is true love. We try to define it, and I'm guilty of this as well. There are times when you're so sick and tired that you're like, you know what? No, this is not real. I'm going to force this not to be real. I'm going to force myself to be with other people. I'm going to try to forget my twin. And it never works. Unless you meet like a soulmate, which is, a different path you're meant to take at that time, you can never forget your twin. It just doesn't happen. I've seen so many comments recently like, oh, I'm so sick of it. I've cut ties. I'm over it. All right, if it works for you, great. But the chances are you're not over it, and it'll come back up. I have tried everything. I've tried cutting cards. I've tried shamanic practices. I've begged the universe. I've told the universe that if this is not true, to make somebody else better come my way. I'm open to all. I mean, honestly, I've done it all, and it doesn't work. So the divine masculine, if they are facing this challenge, what they need to do first and foremost is not to deny this connection. It's to acknowledge that what they feel for their twin is real. It's true love. Forgiveness. They need to forgive their twin. They need to forgive themselves. This goes back to what's challenging them, which is the old energy. If they're holding on to past pain that they have caused and they're too embarrassed to, they don't know how to make amends. A lot of times the divine masculine may have, ghosted us, where they don't talk to us, or they tell us things will work itself out and it doesn't, and they just disappear, and we're left sort of like holding the bag, like, what the fuck happened? Well, they feel bad about it. If they're human. They made a mistake because they didn't know how to deal with it at that time, but they do feel bad about it, and now they're embarrassed. They're like, how am I supposed to, I know she wants me, but how am I supposed to go back? How am I supposed to say things to her and tell her I care for her after I did what I did? She'll never forgive me. So this is him forgiving himself. He needs to forgive himself for what he did and how he treated his twin. At the same time, he needs to forgive his twin. He needs to forgive his twin for what he feels she might have done to him. Of course, they might be like, she did this, I had to break up with her because she was being difficult, whatever it is. They need to forgive. And then express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. If they want to overcome this challenge that they're facing, they need to express their love to the divine feminine. It all flows in. If they really want to to get out of this challenge that they're facing, this dilemma which is on their mind during this full moon eclipse and so on, they need to express their love. And they can only express their love if they forgive and acknowledge that this true love, that this connection is real. Sorry, I'm just going to take a sip of water. Just really not been feeling too good. But because there's so many cards, I wanted to sort of be on camera, because if I showed you the mess, the little pile, it wouldn't make sense. I'm going to put on some air. Having a cold is horrible. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're cold. I really apologize. All right. What is being healed during this full moon? Now, I've already done a full moon reading before this, but this is more specific to some of the divine masculine. Of course, this is a general reading. But what is being healed? Self-love. The divine masculine is, during this full moon eclipse, it's going to start healing self-love. Thing is, this goes back to them thinking that they did something wrong and they're not good enough for the divine feminine. This divine feminine will not accept them. That no matter what happens, no matter how much they want it, the divine feminine may not accept them. And that comes from lack of self-love, because they think they're not good enough. They think that they're not worthy of the divine feminine's love. So they're going to be working on self-love. That's going to be healed. That's a big thing, even for the divine feminine. We are mirrors. So divine feminine, if you feel you lack self-love, work on that. Because you working on your own self-love will help your twin. The heart of the matter. There's more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. This talks about the divine masculine healing the fact that this connection is real. It's all interconnected. You see how it's connected. They need to stop denying this connection, and that's going to be healed. It's going to be healed during this full moon eclipse for a lot of masculine. They're going to start not fighting with the fact that there is a connection, that there is something more going on between him and the twin. And that's the most important thing. It's the fact that if they keep denying it, they'll never move forward. And now I feel after this full moon eclipse is very important, because they're going to stop denying it. They're going to come to terms with their own truth. That guess what? This person means something to me, and I don't really know why, but I just have to accept it. This is no longer just in my head. I feel it, and I need to do something about it. And last, heart-to-heart conversations. They're going to be healing their communication, their throat chakra, their blockages that are stopping them from communicating to the divine feminine. That's going to be healed during this eclipse. It's going to be, they're going to be able to heal whatever it is, this feeling that they're not good enough, that this is not a real connection, that it's all in their head, that the divine feminine will not accept them. Whatever it is, it's going to be healed. So let's discuss what the future energy is for the divine masculine. Let your friends help you. The divine masculine is going to start asking for help, which is a good thing. This could be from actual people, like their friends, family. This could be from the divine. Because the next card we have is synchronicity. So what's going to end up happening is they're going to ask for help. They're going to ask the universe for help. They're going to be like, God, universe, Yoda. I always use Yoda because that makes more sense to me. I want to do this. I want to reach out to my twin. I feel something for her. Of course, they may not know the term twin flame. They might just be like, with this person, my ex. I don't know what to do. Will she accept me? How do I make the next move? And the universe is going to talk to the divine masculine through signs, through synchronicities. He's going to be like, okay, I really want to sort of... I can give you a very random synchronicity. Like, they want to come travel to meet you. But they're like, you know what? It's not going to happen. I've got work. I can't possibly ask for leave, whatever the case may be. And then suddenly, the next couple of days, they put out the intention. And the next couple of days, their boss comes and says, guess what? I need you to go to maybe the twins' town for some work. And you're like, wait a minute, that works out perfectly because I want to go, do that. And these things do happen. These are not hypothetical. This stuff happens. Or your boss comes and tells you you have too much of leave pending and you need to make, you need to work through it, or you lose those dates or something stupid like that. But the point is the universe is going to give signs and synchronicity because the divine masculine is going to reach out for help. They're going to ask their friends, and their friends might give them ideas. They're going to ask their family. They're going to ask the universe. And that's going to lead them also to self-acceptance, The future energy is also self-acceptance. Now, this goes back to self-love. That's being healed. So, of course, in the future, after it's being healed, they're going to start accepting themselves. They're going to start feeling like they truly belong. Like they deserve the divine feminine's love. And that's the most important thing, self-acceptance. And you know what? I may be a lot of things, but I love myself no matter what. And I'm pretty sure the card also had self-love or self-acceptance. I'm not sure. So self-acceptance is also something that's going to be healed. And then we've got new love. The divine masculine is going to be healing. The future energy is new love. They're going to ask for help. So you're going to see signs and synchronicities. They're going to accept themselves and accept this connection for what it is. And then they're going to want to start something new with the divine feminine. They want new love. They want new energy in this relationship. And that's the future energy. The next set is what the divine feminine feels about. How does it feel about union? Separation. The divine masculine, when it comes to thinking about union, has got two cards, separation and attraction. Now, these are polar opposites. Separation is talking about time apart, as well as the universe protecting you if you are apart from people. And attraction is when you talk about this magnetic connection, this unspoken connection you have that you just can't make sense of. The divine masculine is still a bit confused because they're still healing. They're still healing the old energy, the karmic stuff, the self-acceptance, the forgiveness. They're still healing that, which is why currently their energy is confused. They feel the strong attraction, but at the same time, they're like, how can this work out? This can't work out. I don't think it'll work out. So they're confused. They're still confused. But they've also got change. They want change. They want to change what's going on with their twin. They want to change their status, their relationship status. They want something to change. They're not happy being where they are anymore because this pull that they have with the divine feminine is getting stronger. That's the whole point. It gets stronger and stronger till where you cannot deny it anymore. And that's where we're reaching. I think we're reaching the divine masculine. A majority of them is reaching the tipping point, and they want change. Intention. They're setting an intention on what they want. They want change, and now they're actually asking for it. This could be just to the universe, like, hey universe, give me advice. How do I make this change? How do I leave my karmic situation? How do I leave the present energy that I'm in? Help me. And they're putting out intention that I want a change. I am no longer happy the way I am. They're setting an intention. They're going with intention that, okay, I want change and I want freedom. They want freedom. For them, the union with their twin is freedom. Right now, they feel trapped. They feel trapped in the situation they are in, whether they're with a karmic or whether they're not with their karmic, but stuck in the old energy. They feel trapped. They want to be free. That's how they see union. That's how they see their twin. They see union as freedom. And they're setting the intention. They want change. They want change to happen. They want this freedom. But they still they still feel doubt. They're still a little afraid. They're not sure if things will work out. They don't know. And what the universe wants them to know is, you never know all the answers. You can never know. It's a leap of faith. You just have to do what feels right in that moment and just hope for the best. It's like bungee jumping, hope for the best and just go and do it. It is safe. Do let me know if you like this kind of reading, this more in-depth one. I did get an idea from another twin flame reader, so I do have to say that. I'm not that brilliant. All right. Now, what is the divine masculine doing with regards to union? Like, what is he working on to make this union happen? We already know what else is going on, but soulmate. First thing, the divine masculine is working on acknowledging that the divine feminine is his soulmate. That's the first thing he's working on. He's working on acknowledging, accepting this connection, and no longer doubting. This message has come like in different forms over and over again. The divine masculine is no longer hiding, no longer running away, no longer denying this connection. And that's what they're doing. Relationship change. They're working currently towards relationship change. They're changing their relationship. This is what they're working for towards union. This is what they're focused on to make union happen. They're changing, probably karmic relationships are ending. They're changing, what they want in life, how they want to see their future. Maybe the family doesn't accept this person. Maybe it's not physically possible because they live in different countries, different religions, different cultures. I know my twin is completely opposite on so many levels, and they want change. And they're working towards it. This is what they're working on. We've got guardian angel, emerging, and enchantment. I'm going to read them together. They are now working on looking beneath the 3D, if that makes sense. Looking beyond the veil of the 3D. That's a better metaphor. They're now emerging as a spiritual being, whether they know it or not. And it doesn't mean you have to be religious or meditate or whatever. It just means that they are now realizing that there's more going on, that there is a higher power guiding them, like their guardian angel, that they are being protected, that they're being guided, and that is helping them emerge into who they truly are. If you see this card, is from a drawing is becoming real life. They're basically emerging as their true self, and that's what they're working on. They're working on their own true self. It's again going back to truth and integrity, going back to, being who they are. They are becoming their true self. They're becoming their true self, and they're realizing that. That's what they're working on. They're working on their connection with their divine. They're working with understanding that there's more going on in the universe, and that there is a higher power guiding them, and that they are free to become who they truly need to be, the highest self. So this is what they're working on right now to make union happen. What is the divine masculine? How does the divine masculine view his divine feminine at this moment? What does he think about them? What does he view? Finances and career. So I feel for some divine masculine, please don't sneeze. For some divine masculine, they're worried about finances. They're worried about the future. Like I said, it could be that some of them live in different countries. Some of them, they don't know how to make this work. I mean, if you lived in India and you had a job here, a business here, a life here, and your twin lived anywhere in America, and they had a life there, and they had a business there, or whatever, a job, they're like, how is this going to work? My job is great, their job is great. Who's gonna leave? How is this gonna work? My family's here, their family's there. How is it gonna work? If I move, I lose out on money. How is this going to work? They're so focused on the practicalities. So when they look at their twin, they're like, how can maybe I have to support my twin. Maybe I have to, if they leave their job, I'm going to have to support it. Do I have enough funds to do that, to keep them in that lifestyle? What would happen with my job? What would happen with their job? How is this going to work? When they think about their twin, that's what they're thinking about. They're thinking about the practicalities, especially if you're not in the same place. It could also be, some people have financial differences in family. I don't know how that works abroad, but I know in India, if you come from a certain financial background, your family expects you to marry into that kind of background or better. And it can, not all, of course, but it can become a big deal where the families oppose you marrying somebody, So it could be something like that where they feel they don't have enough, which is sad. Communication. They want to communicate with their twin. If you talk about how they think about their twin, what they think about, what they feel about it, they really want to communicate. They want to reach out. They're dying to reach out. And, some of you may be feeling it on the 5D. You may get dreams about your twin. You may feel like there's something about twin flame connections which, I figured out a way to sort of block it, which I can tell you how to do if it's driving you crazy, because it was driving me crazy. You'll be happy. You'll be living your life, doing your thing, and then all of a sudden you'll feel this wave of sadness or depression or anger or whatever it is. And you're like, why the hell am I so angry? I don't understand. I've been perfectly fine. And all of a sudden you'll feel a different emotion. It could be any kind of emotion. And you just don't understand why. Now, it could also be a full moon and blah, blah, blah. But if it's like a normal day, that's you picking up on your twin's energy. And sometimes it gets so bad that you might have to do something even more severe. And what I did was cut ties. I had to cut ties in the 5D, in the 3D, and sort of like tell my twin that, look, communicate in the 5D, communicate with his higher self, and just be like, look, I know you need me, but you need to work on you and I need to work on me right now. And at the end of the day, once I'm done, only then can I, when you're ready to come to me, only then can I come, then we can communicate, because you sucking on my energy is too much. But so you can try doing that if the twins' energy is draining you, because they're asking for your support. But guess what? They need to work on it themselves. So they really, really want to communicate with you. Forgiveness. They really want forgiveness and they want to forgive you. This has come up twice again. When they think about you, they think about forgiveness. A lot of the twins want to forgive you in person, on actually telling you I forgive you, and a lot of twins want forgiveness from you. They either or, it's both. We're the same people. So there's a lot of forgiveness that has to come back and forth, and they feel sorry. They feel very sorry for what they've done, and they really want to forgive you for anything that you feel you might have done. Last card. I asked the Dragon Fae to give us advice for the Divine Masculine, and we got be joyful. I'm going to read this from the book. This is the overall guidance and advice for the Divine Masculine. So if there are any Divine Masculines here, this is what it's telling you. Celebrate yourself. There is no true happiness without joy in being who you are. Over this next moon cycle, the forthcoming 28th and a half days, many opportunities will come to you to play, revel, dance, and explore the moonlight and joyful part of yourself that has been truly too long neglected. It is time to come forth from the place where you have been taking shelter and quiet time, and partake of joy of good sweet company. Know that everyone, including the beings of the Dragon Fae, is delighted and happy to know of your ability to delight in your own self. Celebrate, and we celebrate with you. Hail, joyful kindred spirit, and be welcome to the feast. Bringing people together in life-changing, sacred, meaningful gatherings, mothering others joyously, being greater than you appear to be, understanding the need for joy and happiness, and gathering that delights in the company of soulmates. Family agreements and pacts are being reinforced through celebration. Coming together in community with friends, finding your soul family, and being protected and nurtured. Is telling the Divine Masculine to connect with others at gatherings, even if they are very small. Consider hosting gatherings of like-minded souls. This could be part of them growing and understanding the spiritual side of things. Be prepared to balance your inner extrovert and introvert, and understand the need for family, for you to nurture these connections. A very, very deep connection with others can still be playful. So there you go. It goes back to the playfulness card. The overall advice for the Divine Masculine is be joyful. Don't think this is the end of the world. We always think, oh my God, this is not possible. How is this going to happen? My life is hell. Oh my God. And it's telling us now is time for you to just be joyful. Relax. Everything will work itself out. And hang out with soulmates, hang out with like-minded people. Just be joyful. All right, guys, this was your reading. I apologize for putting the AC on and drinking and whatnot, but I was just not feeling too well. I hope you resonated with this reading. Please do like and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back to you soon. If you want to book a private reading, all details are listed in the box below. Take care. Bye.